So you're working away on a task and then boom, inside of your mind, something pops up, something that you need to do, something that you just need to check. Suddenly, that distraction away from task takes you down a rabbit hole. Welcome to the Time Domination Show. I am your host, James Baldwin. And if you are coming through, then please do let me know. One of the things that has driven me crazy, and one of the things I have done my best to perfect over periods of time, is the ability to focus on one task at a time. Some of the mistakes that I've made have been working on a task that I've set myself, that I'm going to follow and flow through. And then suddenly the idea, not even the idea fairy, but suddenly it pops into your head and something makes you think, oh God, what's going on with that? Let me just check that there. And there was this pull. It's like a really strong fucking magnet that's just like, and you're like, right, I'm going to stop this. I'll come back to this. And then you go and just double check that. And then that then leads to then something else and then to something else. And there's this spiral and it's like this hamster wheel of fucking chasing your own tail, right? And then you almost have lost complete focus on that one task that you were trying to do. Now, one of the things I'm desperately trying to work on myself is staying disciplined on that one task, on that one focus. There's a couple of things that I do that allows me to do that a lot better than I used to, okay? And hopefully these tips can help you. So the first one is to set time limits per task. Now, if I set a chunk of time, now what I do here in my diary is to set a chunk of time, okay? And that tells me what task I'm going to do. So I know how much chunk of time I have got to work on this task. Now, that might be a kill zone, so that might be an hour and a half, which is what I usually work my intervals with. So like this morning, for example, I focused on making sure that my content was up for the day, scheduled, organized. And the whole time that I'm doing that, I'm getting pulled thinking, oh God, I do need to check that. I do need to check that. But what I have done is later on in the day, I've scheduled in specific time for that. So that gives me the certainty and the clarity that I need to know that I'm going to address those issues. It's then going into the second tip is having that conversation with yourself in your head. I don't need to do that. I've allocated time to that later on. And I feel what the need is to get everything done as quickly as possible. It's that need to, let me just smash this all out. Let me just thrash this all out. And you end up at the end of the day having done everything but nothing. And you end up going, I've achieved nothing here. So having that, number one, designated time for that specific task, having the clarity and confirmation that you are going to be attending those things that are popping into your head, that they are going to be dealt with, and having the patience then to go and do them. The last thing is then to turn off distractions. So what I don't need are phones fucking pinging, my laptop pinging. Okay, I don't need people coming in and out of my office. So I put do not disturb sign on. So lots of different things, clearing my desk, making sure I just have my calendar there, my diary for that confirmation, right, in terms of what I'm doing. And the more you do this, the more conditioned you become to this ritual, the more conditioned you become to following this state of play, this momentum, this flow. And the more you get into the habit of just sticking to the one task at a time. And it's like lifting weights in the gym. The more you do it, the bigger your muscles, the more conditioned you get, the stronger you are. And it's the same with the patterns of thought here with the rituals that you flow. So next time you are working on one task, think about how much time you've allocated to that task. The things that are popping into your head. The other thing I keep there, as a bonus, is little post-it notes. So if something pops into my head, I just write it down. So when I come back to it later on, I can fit it in. If it's look in my diary, if it's something I've already planned ahead and scheduled, I can have that certainty to know that it's coming later on a day. And just ensure when managing distractions, bing, bang, ping, like don't have that temptation to go and check those text messages or emails because they're just going to hold you back. And then those tasks are the things that need to be doing. You want to feel accomplished and efficient. Okay, keep it super simple. Hope that helps.